Hey everyone, welcome to Product X. I'm Rena, and we're decoding tomorrow's tech giants today. Today we're diving into a startup that's barely 2 years old but just closed a massive $31 million Series A. Omen AI originally built fluid monitoring systems for heavy machinery, then pivoted straight into AI data center liquid cooling, and investors like Nava Ventures and CRV couldn't write checks fast enough. Vivian, want to kick us off?
Hey Rena, thanks for having me. I'm Vivian. I work with Pre-Angel Fund as a senior angel investor, and honestly, when I first saw Omen AI's pitch, I thought, water quality monitoring for data centers? But then you run the numbers on downtime costs and it all clicks.
Yeah, good to be here. I'm Nolan, formerly a CTO at a major Silicon Valley tech company handling large-scale infrastructure. And I'll admit, the microbiology angle here totally caught my attention.
So let's get into it. Vivian, everyone is throwing money at GPU chips and networking gear. Why is capital so excited about a company that basically monitors water quality and cooling pipes?
Here's the thing. Downtime in these AI compute clusters is absolutely brutal. You've got thousands of H100s running large model training, and if the cooling system fails, those GPUs just sit there burning electricity doing nothing. We're talking 6 hours of downtime easily. And when you calculate the compute lease penalties plus wasted power, you're looking at millions of dollars in losses. Omen AI's whole pitch is basically, we're the insurance policy that prevents your $1 million printer from stopping. And investors love that recurring hardware plus software B2B model.
Right, and the root cause of those failures is wild. The more heat these GPUs generate, the more water operators pump into the coolant to boost heat capacity. But water is basically a petri dish. Under high temperature and high circulation speed, bacteria just explodes, forms biofilms, and clogs those tiny microchannels in the cold plates. It's a physics problem meets a biology problem.
So this bacterial outbreak is actually the enemy?
Absolutely. And traditional monitoring is terrible. You'd literally take coolant samples, ship them to a lab like Pixis, wait days for results. Omen AI's spectrometer sits in line, shoots light through the flowing coolant, captures the spectral fingerprint, and their edge AI flags contamination in milliseconds. It's the difference between a blood test and a continuous heart monitor.
Which is exactly why automotive executives jumped into this round. In electric vehicle battery cooling and heavy machinery, fluid health monitoring was already critical. Omen AI basically took that automotive-grade hardware reliability and dropped it into data centers. That's a classic asymmetric pivot. They came in with experience no one else had.
And that's the real moat. It's not just selling the spectrometer. They need to integrate with the building management system, trigger automatic chemical dosing, or bypass filtration the second contamination is detected. Full closed-loop control. That's what beats the old-school lab-based vendors.
Let me push back on this, though. Data centers have been around forever. Why is this suddenly a problem now?
Simple chip power density has skyrocketed. We're not talking about servers from 5 years ago. These new GPUs run so hot that traditional air cooling literally can't keep up anymore. Every major player is rushing to liquid cooling, and they're pushing water ratios higher and higher. That accelerates the bacterial growth problem exponentially. It's a new problem created by the compute explosion.
And from the investment side, that's exactly the timing investors look for. The infrastructure is being built right now. Standards are being set, and Omen AI has a 2-year head start with real deployments. That's a hard moat to replicate.
What about the competitive landscape? Can't a big player just copy this?
You know, I get that question a lot. But building a miniature spectrometer that works reliably in a data center environment, with edge AI processing at millisecond speeds, that's not something you just spin up. Plus, they already have the heavy machinery customer base proving the hardware works in brutal conditions. That's their unfair advantage.
Yeah, and the integration piece is underestimated. Getting APIs to talk to existing BMS systems, handling the false positives, training the models on actual data center fluids. That's years of iteration. Nobody else has that dataset.
All right, let's switch gears. Lightning round time. First question. What's the most surprising thing you learned about data center cooling?
That bacteria can literally destroy a $2 billion compute cluster. Wild, right?
For me, it's that water ratio decisions are now a strategic choice that affects uptime directly.
If you had to describe Omen AI's technology in one word?
Lifeline?
Insurance. Plain and simple.
What's the biggest risk factor for this company?
Big tech building their own solution in-house. That's always the threat with infrastructure plays.
I'd say the supply chain, getting those optical components at scale without compromising quality.
Last one, where do you see this market in 5 years?
Every single liquid-cooled data center will have inline monitoring. It's just too risky not to.
And it'll be a multi-billion-dollar market, easily. The compute boom isn't slowing down.
Vivian, give us a one-sentence summary of what Omen AI is actually doing.
They're the guardians preventing bacterial outbreaks from tanking million-dollar compute clusters, and investors are betting big that every data center will need them.
And from the technical side, they're applying real-time optical diagnostics to solve a physics-biology problem that nobody else was equipped to tackle.
Love it. Thanks both of you for breaking this down. What struck me is how the most glamorous AI breakthroughs still run into the iron laws of physics and chemistry at the ground level. Thanks for tuning in to Product X. See you tomorrow.